All the city will smell you with these 7 fragrances. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're first time here, my name is Mehdi. I'm talking about fragrances. Please don't forget to subscribe the channel to get notifications by my new uploads. Let's start the list by house of Bentley. Bentley for Men Intense. Such a beautiful, outstanding, rare and niche smelling type of fragrance. You cannot come across easily to this type of scent profiles. So it is resiny, boozy, alcoholic smelling type of fragrance. Slightly sweet, like cinnamony, spicy sweetness, not like thick like tonka or honey. It is very undertone, smooth sweetness by a slightly resiny smokiness. So in the brief, fragrances leathery and boozy. There is a lots of other notes, sub notes at the between, but main players are leather and booze, alcoholic, whiskey-ish type of fragrance. Plus leather performance is 10-12 hours plus in terms of longevity, and everybody will notice you by this fragrance. Kinda they have to smell you because it is very on a steroid, loud and screaming type of fragrance. Projects very loud and lasts very long, like 10 to 12 hours plus, and 2-3 hours very loud on a steroid projection and sillage. It is not a safe or inoffensive type of fragrance. It is not a love at the first sniff. Be careful of applying. It is a black and white fragrance, not gray. It's a love or hate. So based on my experiences, if you are dressed up, you're gonna get compliments by this fragrance. If you're casual, probably you're gonna get bad comments by this fragrance. Best seasons for this one is fall and winter. I prefer it better for winter, even outdoors. This is not that much great for indoors. Dressed up, winter. Next fragrance is from house of RASASI at number 6. RASASI YUQAWAM means irresistible. It is a cologne for Tuscan leather by Tom Ford, almost identical by that fragrance. In terms of scent profile, there is some little differences, and in terms of performance, it is way better compared to current formulations of Tuscan leather, and almost half a price, way cheaper compared to that fragrance. So this fragrance is fruity, leathery and smoky. At the dry down, at the opening is leathery, smoky and very potent. Probably will turn you off at the opening, but this fragrance is all about dry down. After first hour, you're gonna enjoy this fragrance better. Scent profile will turn to very smooth, fruity, leathery and masculine type of scent profile. In terms of performance, it is a very long lasting fragrance. Lasts on me like 14 to 16 hours plus on the skin, easily can last 1 week, 2 weeks on the clothing, and projects like 3 to 4 hours, very loud and screaming. Best seasons for this fragrance is fall and winter. I prefer it better for winter. It is a bit too potent even for fall, and especially great for outdoor situations. Moving on, another one on the list at number 5 from house of Dior, none other than Dior Homme Parfum. It's known as leather fragrance, but for me it is, rather than leather, it is like floral, oriental type of fragrance, because I can catch rose, iris, oud, oriental notes, spicy notes, and leather also. Can be considered kind of as a leather, but for me it is in the oriental floral side. When you sniff the fragrance, then atomizer smells like scented rubbers, very juvenile, very childish kinda, but there is another story on the skin. It smells very rosy, oudy, oriental, potent and leathery. It smells different than atomizer and different on the skin, I believe. So in the brief, I can say to Dior Homme Parfum, one of the best rose oud combo fragrances in the designer game, hands down. It smells very polished, very rounded. We cannot find that much screaming notes. We cannot catch some of the notes easily, except leather. Leather is a bit more prominent compared to rose, iris, spices and oud, but the rest of the notes are very well mixed together, I can say. About performance, again, hands down, one of the best performers in the designer game. Lasts easily 24 hours on the skin, on my skin at least. By first 4-5 hours, very loud, animalic projection and sillage. I prefer it for winter. It smells a bit unisex and dressed up. Let's have a look again to house of RASASI at number 4. Another beast from Middle East, RASASI SHAGHAF. So every single factor absolutely about this fragrance is exaggerated and loud, screaming, I can say. It is sweet, overly sweet, and in the same time woody and bitter. You can catch both notes in the same bottle. It is floral, extremely floral, and a little bit fruity. Just fruitiness is here a bit well balanced or not exaggerated, I can say. I have a full review on this one. For more details you can check out that video, but in the brief I can say this is also a round type of fragrance. You can find some great notes for spring and summer and great performance for fall and winter, but because of floral and aquatic notes I prefer it better for spring and summer. Leans better, shines better for spring and summer, but because of great performance and power it is also great for fall and winter. Smells casual, not the best compliment either, but it's not that bad also. Like 5.5 out of 10. Performs like 24 hours plus in terms of longevity without exaggeration on the skin by first 4-5 hours. Very loud projection and sillage. Let's continue by House of Mancera at number 3. We have here Mancera Red Tobacco. I would rather say to this fragrance black tobacco. It smells very dark black, dark brown, very burnt type of fragrance. I have it here. The very worst side of this fragrance is the opening of this fragrance. Needs half an hour, 1 hour, hour and a half. After that probably you're gonna like fragrance better. That's animalics, that's potent notes will calm down and you have such a smooth, slightly sweet, smoky tobacco fragrance on your skin. Woody tobacco fragrance on your skin. Tobacco is at the opening is a bit sour and not that delicious. It is way better at the dry down. If you have tried 5-10 fragrances, you know that fragrances are all about dry down. This fragrance is as well. In House of Mancera we have two kind of fragrances in terms of performance. One of them are beast mode, first group. The second groups are average, like for example wild fruit, 4-5-6 hours. The others like this one, oud cafe, black to black, are over 14-16 hours. This fragrance is one of those beast mode Mancera fragrances. By first 4-5 hours, very loud projection and sillage. Without exaggeration, people will smell you through the walls. At number 2, again from House of Mancera, a nitroglycerin in my hands. Mancera Black to Black. So I have no idea who put the names on Mancera fragrances. For example, Red Tobacco, which smells very dark, very black, very dark brown. And Black to Black, which smells very rosy and saffrony and red. So scent of this fragrance is all about rose, oud, saffron and leather, but rose is here. Then after rose we have here some saffron and leathery notes and oud. Rose is like 60% prominent, dominated in this fragrance. So if you are not into rose note, this fragrance is not for you. You can catch two type of roses than this fragrance, like hybrid of jammy rose 10%, 90% Turkish and very fresh high quality rose, by some dark notes like leather, oud and saffron, but it is mostly in the rosy side. It smells unisex, absolutely, but I can feel a bit more masculine notes than this fragrance, like 55% in the masculine side, 45% in the feminine side, not that much big time masculine, but it smells absolutely mature, not for teenagers. Performance, what can I say, man? This is like crazy, like forever. Like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days on the skin will last and last, man. This fragrance is very sticky. And about projection, very loud, 5-6 hours, like very loud, like cuts everything around. The sillage of other fragrances around you, like satellite connections, radio connections, television, everything will cut everything around you by the scent. Mancera Black to Black. At the top of the list, at number 1 from House of AMOUAGE, AMOUAGE Interlude, man. Let's say to this fragrance, smoke bomb. Police can throw this fragrance to the demonstrators. All of them will run away immediately, believe me, that much smoky and potent type of fragrance. Smells like burning wood, burning oud, smoking wood and burning black pepper together, like you put black pepper and wood in the fire. That much smoky. Smoke is very prominent in this fragrance. Because of a smoke you cannot catch another notes, but you have other sub notes like leather, like spices, like resins, but mostly in the black pepper and burning wood side. It's like 90% smoke, pure smoke, plus 10% other notes. This is one of the most known occasion fragrances that I've ever smelled and I've ever owned. I have no idea when, how, where to wear this fragrance. I only know the season, absolutely winter, but in which environment, encounter or situation, I have no idea. Just this very known occasion type of fragrance, but I know one thing, probably you're gonna get bad comments by this fragrance. I haven't seen any person that likes this fragrance on me, especially in the Denmark. No, hell no, this fragrance is a big no than everybody. Just I have it for my personal enjoyment. Sometimes when I'm alone at the weekend, I go buy AMOUAGE Interlude, man. Lasts like forever on the clothing, on the skin, like 1-2 days. By first 6-7 hours, I can say 8 hours, 10 hours, I don't know really, but more than 5 hours, very loud projection and search. Don't forget, subscribe the channel. That was today's video. If you have any opinion, suggestion, question, let me know in the comments below. I will answer you. See you another video.